Oh, God damn it. What? Shit. Oh, God. Hi! Should I have brushed my hair before this video? I mean, potentially. Who gives a shit, right? Hi! How are you all doing today, my lovelies? Yes, face, camera, hi. Not my usual kind of content, but here we go! So today, my lovelies, we are doing our wonderful 2-in-1 content video. So the woman, the myth, the legend, Dribble of Doom herself, had a recommendation on her voice actors stream for Carol the Wild that the voice actors should in fact draw the characters that they voice act, regardless of their drawing ability. So today, we're going to be drawing Alari. I was thinking about doing it traditionally. Then I was contacted by a very kind tablet company called XP Pen. I'm gonna get my phone. Where did I put my phone? Fuck! Where's my phone at? God fucking damn it. This is what happens when you set dress and you don't actually fucking prepare for life. So I'm gonna be filming with my phone so you can get some nice close-ups without me having to get back up off the sofa because I am fat and I'm not doing it. Here we are. XP Pen. If you haven't heard of them either, don't worry. I fucking never did either until now. So they contacted me and offered me a similar sponsorship deal to the one that Huion gave me back in Christmas. But this time it's for a graphic tablet known as the Deco 02 or number 2 or 02 or whatever the fucking Christ you want to call it. I don't care. Let's have a little gander at the box, shall we? What it looks like. It's covered in plastic wrap. It looks pretty cool. It's a fairly hefty box. It's quite chunky, quite a bit of stuff in it, and there's the back there if you care to pause the recording if you give a flying fuck. So this baby was given to me to review for you guys, but if you would like to purchase one of your own, the price of this bad boy is £80 on Amazon. So let's open her up and see what's inside, right? Covered in plastic, which is killing the ocean. Please stop covering things in plastic! I like the box. It's quite nifty, quite solid. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So let's slide. It looks like an Xbox. You know those old Xboxes? Looks like that. Holy shit, retro. Right, next. Oh, ooh. C'est ouvre. Opens like a goddamn door to Narnia. It's amazing. Okay, right. How do I... Help me. There we go. Oh, it's super light. Holy crap, that is so light. It's so thin. Wow. More single-use plastic. I can't hold that against the company. The whole world is guilty of it. So here it is. Wow, that is really lightweight. It's got a little like plastic covering on it as well. Let me get my camera out so you can see. So there it is. It's really pretty. It's got a good drawing size area as well. It's got specs, I guess, on the back that are upside down. My bad. It has this, it's a wheel apparently, but you can put your finger through it once I take the plastic off. But yeah, it's very light. Look how skinny that is. So tiny. So what else comes in this box before we take the single-use plastic off everything? What the fuck? I hope this is a pen, or this video is suddenly going to have an age restriction on it. I think it's a pen. That's cool. I'm screwing it. Oh look! Little tiny... Oh, it's so tiny! Oh, it's a little baby! Oh, it's so weeny! I assume you turn that upside down and it becomes a holder? Yeah, that becomes a holder. This is like a travel capsule, I guess? And then we have some nibs on the other end. So here we have it here. Here are the nibs from the end, quite a few of them. Pen cap that was on the end. And here is the pen. It's like feather light. It's so light. It's really pretty actually. And it is a no battery pen, kind of like Wacoms are. It's hexagonal as well, which apparently is unique to them. I'm really liking this pen thing though. You can put the pen inside it, screw it all in, and it's like travel capsule size. It's such a good idea. Man, I'm impressed. I really like that. You just scoot that in there, screw it back on, and screw it back on. It saves your pen like getting damaged and stuff, which is amazing. That's really cool actually. I really like that. I'm going into this completely blind, by the way. I've not seen another review from anyone else yet about this pen. By the time I upload it, there might be like 400 going on. Because these tablet reviews tend to be a bit like cockroaches. When you see one, you know there's another 5,000 coming. What else is in this box of joy? So we have some things in a plastic baggie. More plastic. More plastic. So this is just an empty box, but I might keep that. That's a cool box actually. Maybe you're supposed to keep it for travel or something? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. So let's have a look in here. I'm seeing anime already. Clearly they've got their target audience smashing. Oh, I've just realised I'm filming this all in portrait. Oh, I'm so dumb. So here it is. This is the anime Hawkeye! You're getting in the way of the video, man! What else have we got? This is the cable for attaching the tablet to the computer. I don't know whether this runs wirelessly or not. I don't know. I don't know yet anyway. Here's the cable. It's not actually a standard cable fitting. I'm not familiar with this end. Ooh, my fingernails are gross. Ugh, sorry. There is this, and it's something to do with the scrolling wheel. I couldn't tell you what though. Let's have a little shufty. It's rubber. Oh, I think it's for putting in, and then you scroll it, and it's like easier to touch. A little booklet saying thank you for supporting, and just saying if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands and leave us a review on Amazon.co.uk. These are the other tablet models they do. So they have screen tablets in various sizes. They have a little ditty 10-inch portable one, all the way up to a giant, big mammoth boy 22-inch table screen tablet. Couldn't tell you the prices, haven't looked. They also do light boxes, which is quite cool. You know, traditional animation is still a thing somewhere in the fucking world. But yeah, and then there's just all the contacts. They have a Skype you can contact, that's quite cool. This is a warranty card, warranty policy booklet, which is nice that it does have a warranty because tablets do have a naughty little habit of breaking. This is the quick guide. The quick guide is very thick. Quick. Unless it's just in, oh, it's in different languages. Right, there's 5 pages of English. Okay, cool. Safety, do not expose to water. Fuck! Well, there goes my plans of animating in the fucking bath. There's apparently a light up here. There's hotkeys, 6 of them. There's the scrolly wheel. Port is on this side. This is the active working area. It's quite a decent size active working area. It's probably a little bit smaller than my old Intuos. Then there's the driver installation. It hasn't come with a disc, so one assumes you have to download it. Yeah, you download the drivers from the interwebs. You don't use a CD, which is probably a good thing because every CD I've ever had come with a tablet before has not worked because the driver has already been updated, so it's probably a good thing they just direct you straight to the website. It's also Mac compatible. There's that. That's always fun. And then there's a sort of guide as to how to use the screen thing. There it is. Windows UI, the user interface, and then there's the Mac one. So there's that. And oh, cool! They sent you a glove too! You don't normally get gloves with pad tablets, you normally get them with screens, so it's really cool that they sent another one. This now takes my running total up to 3. Will it be any smaller on my tiny hand? Because my Huion one is just massive. Oh, and the answer is there's actually slightly less extra material on the end of this. That's what it looks like on my hand. And for anyone who doesn't know what this is, essentially you hold your pen and you rest your hand on there, and it means your hand slides around and it doesn't get sticky, and it doesn't do that thing where your hand goes across the page. Probably a scientific word for that, but I don't fucking know what it is. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that's inside of here. Oh guys, are you ready? It's the best shit. It's the best bit about getting any brand new technology is the plastic peeling off bit. It's quite cool with this. They actually have a picture of it advertised on their Amazon on a hook on a wall. So I guess if you wanted to, you could put this on a hook on a wall if you wanted to. Not quite sure what you'd ever want to, but there is that option. So you put the rubber thingy in here and then, oh, I see. And it turns. Oh, there we go. You put the rubber thing in and it turns. So, in summary, we have a cute little tablet with a drawing display. There are 6 hotkeys up and down the side. We have a scrolling wheel as well, and the fun thing about this tablet is it can be flipped, so it can be used for left and right-handed hose. So, let's go and wire this up to my computer and see how the hell it works. I'm also going to be filming myself drawing Alari, so stick around for that shit. So after literally maybe 10 minutes tops setting up, we have a working, functioning tablet. It worked really well. It's worked with TV Paint, with Paint ToolSai, with MS Paint. Pen brusher works fine. The software comes up on the screen is fine. So we're going to draw Alari now and see how this really stands up as a tablet. Let's go.
So let's get talking about what we like about this tablet, what we're not so keen on, and let's just talk about why we think it's a good thing for you to go and get. So in the same manner as what I did for the Huion review, I'm going to be going pro-con, 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 so we kind of get a nice balanced idea of what the tablet's like. So to start off with, probably one of my favourite pros is the portability of this thing. It's so portable, it's really light. And it comes with the lovely little pen holder that I just lost my mind about during the unboxing. And even the tablet itself, as I showed you, can be hung up if you really want to. So storing, portability, it's all so easy to deal with this tablet. And my first con, I would say, is to do with the pen. While it's a perfectly responsive pen and it's got the sort of eraser on the end and it doesn't need to be charged, which is all really quite cool, the features of this pen is that the tablet button itself, so the sort of the click on the side, but I found I just couldn't find it half the time because it sits completely flush with the body of the pen. I guess this is a stylistic choice to make it feel truly like you're using a pen, but the thing with digital art is you're not using a pen, you are using something with a button, and you probably want to use said button. So I find I'm constantly rotating the pen around in my hands looking for the bleeding pen button, which is not particularly nice, and it's quite frustrating, especially when you're spinning it around endlessly going, where's the button? Where's the button? So I don't really like the feature of that. I wish the button just stood out a little bit so I could at least feel where it is, because if you're looking at it blind, you can't even really feel it. It's very, very flush to the pen. It's also very, very tiny. I feel I would lose this. Probably the best pro about this tablet is the price. For this size tablet, it's about £80, which is really not much money at all as drawing tablets go, especially a tablet as responsive and good as this. I previously used a Wacom Intuos Pro before I got the Huion, and that was probably about £180 for the medium-sized one, which is pretty well the same size as this Deco. And it probably didn't perform much in the way of sort of differently, but the price tag is significant, so this is maybe a really good option if you've never had a drawing tablet before and you want to try it out and see how you get on with it. So my next con, the hotkeys when I was in Sai, I noticed were quite buggy. I kind of set them all I set all but 2 off because I only really use 2, which would be undo and redo, because I don't really use hotkeys all that much, as I said in my previous review. But I did configure the undo, and while it worked on MS Paint and on TV Paint, when I tried to use it in Sai, this is Sai V1, you'd have to tap it several times for it to work. You might even be able to see me doing it in the footage, getting quite angry, stabbing, pressing the button, trying to get it to work. And then when it would finally work, the pen would switch to what looks like the transform tool, and you couldn't switch off the transform tool unless you clicked away from the program window and clicked back to it, which kind of to me completely negates the point of having a hotkey. And as you can see in the footage, my hand was hovering over Ctrl-Z on the keyboard because I just couldn't get this hotkey to obey me in Sai. So that's something to bear in mind, and I don't quite know why this is the reason, because the drivers were all installed fine, the hotkeys worked fine in other programs. Didn't try it with Sai 2, and I also didn't try it with Photoshop, so if you have those programs, I don't know whether they would work better. They might do. Most tablets are built with Photoshop in mind, so I'd imagine they probably would work better. So another pro that might sound a bit silly, but it brings me a lot of joy, is the roller wheel. It's so nice. It's just the most lovely thing. It's completely silent, so it doesn't make any horrible clicking noises or anything, but it's also really, really responsive. Like, it actually does do everything you want it to do. You can take the rubber grippy bit from the middle out as well, and use the metal wheel if you so desire, if you're more used to like the Intuos feel, but personally I really liked using the rubber roller wheel because it felt really solid, and it really felt like I was using something that was a wheel rather than just a metal thing, because it moves so lightly and so soundlessly that it almost feels like you're not turning it at all, but you are turning it. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with that roller wheel. It's a lovely bit of technology. I wish more tablets would do that. Another con I noticed was, this is something I pointed out when we were unwrapping this thing, is just the amount of single-use plastic used to cover everything. And you might think, oh well, that's the same with any bit of technology, and yes it is. It's a fault with most pieces of technology. But just picking on the Huion for a comparison, most things in the Huion were wrapped up in cardboard boxes, or wrapped up in this sort of polyester bagging type material, which is all decomposable, or it's all compostable, or it's all, recyclable. Whereas this single-use plastic baggy stuff that seemed to be covering everything is not recyclable, it's not degradable in any way. And I just think this day and age, when we should be more concerned about our plastic consumption, this just seems like a lot of plastic. It's such a nitpicky point, and I really am having to scrape the barrel to find things wrong with this tablet, because there's really not a lot wrong with it at all. But it would just be nice if the manufacturers are listening to this video, please consider maybe using some more eco-friendly packaging, because there's just too much plastic, it really is. My last pro of this lovely thing was the driver, and what a pleasure it was to install, because it was so friggin' easy. I've never come across a tablet where the driver has been that easy to install. It was quite literally download from the website, unzip, install, and it works. The only thing you need to do is remember to restart your computer. That's the only thing, and even then you probably could use it straight off. I only restart it more out of habit than anything. But yeah, I really like this driver. It works very well. There's a lot of customization in the tablet itself, so the hotkeys can be set up to not just key shortcuts, but also things like open up computer programs, to do things like switch from screen to screen. You can even generate a hotkey to sort of switch from multiple screens, which is something that I've never seen be able to do on a tablet before, or at least I've never paid attention to it before. So it means if you have a dual screen setup, you can use the tablet on both screens, which is so cool because it means you're not restricted to just one screen enough to have to keep switching back to a mouse for the other screen. So yeah, I cannot praise the driver enough for that. And it was a good thing that they didn't put it on a disc, because every disc driver that you're given with a tablet is usually out of date because they update them so often. So it's good that they direct you straight to the website. And my last con is about the design of the tablet again, and that's the fact this tablet doesn't appear to, I might be wrong, but it doesn't appear to have a wireless option, which to me seems a little strange because most tablets tend to have a wireless option. Because again, the Intuos has the option of being run wirelessly, and it's a good thing it was, because my Intuos's the port for the plug, sorry, brain would not engage there, the port for the plug actually broke after about 2 years worth of usage, and it came right away from the motherboard, so I couldn't use it wired at all. I had to use it wirelessly. So I worry about this tablet whether the port would do maybe the same thing. What if that also breaks? If you don't have a wireless option, maybe there's a longevity issue with this tablet. It is nice though that they have the wire pointing either up or down for left and right-handed users, and the actual port itself is one that you can flip around and it works both ways up. So there is the option to have the wire facing the direction towards the computer so there's minimal pulling on the wire or whatever. I don't know, maybe they've not included it so there's no battery to make it more portable and lighter. I guess if you want something portable, you probably want that more than you'd want the wireless option, but there you go. But either way, I was very happy with this tablet, and I was very, very happy to have this sponsorship from XP Pen. They were incredibly kind in letting me do this and letting me review this beautiful tablet. And again, I've not been told to say this by them at all, but if you are maybe more of a sort of on the beginner end of the spectrum of drawing, or you've never owned a tablet, or you've only maybe owned one before and you're thinking about maybe getting an upgrade because your old one's starting to get a little bit shaky or a little bit crappy, this is a really nice option, especially as it's cheaper and it's reliable. It hasn't broken once, and I've used it more than just for this speed paint. I've messed around with it in lots of different programs. I've done different sketches, different drawings, just to make sure it doesn't screw around, and I've never had any driver problems, I never had any lagging, nothing like that, and I think it's a good option if you feel like getting a tablet. So that's all I gotta say on the matter. Thank you again to XP Pen for the sponsor, and thank you lovelies for listening. Bye bye!